Having discussed the role of art in life, now we will move on to another important topic. Creativity. What is creativity? Is it true that there are only very few people who are creative, whereas the rest of are not creative? Is it true? Is it true that some people are born with creativity, whereas many are not born with? No. The science, art, history of art say that everyone is equally creative. Not that some special people are creative, whereas others are not. This is not true. Broadly, this is true, I must say that. Of course, there are people who argue. There are people who are born with a DNA, they're born with geniusness. There may be some very rare exceptions, but in general, what we talk about creativity as an artist, as a writer, as a filmmaker, everyone is equally creative. But many lose their creativity very quickly, maybe because of their education system, because of their social milieu, because of the way they have been brought up. Very few remain fighting all these things, being creative. So let's look at the salient points of what is creativity, why only few are creative. In this regard, I would like to recommend a book. All you guys should read that. Lajos Egri is a Hungarian writer. He has written a very beautiful book called The Art of Dramatic Writing. He was from Hungary, but he was in New York. He was running his own private school called Lajos Egri School of Creative Writing. There were many who studied under him have become script writers later in Hollywood. He has written that beautiful book called The Art of Dramatic Writing, which I mentioned. In that book, there are many important books for any young filmmakers, any young screenwriters should read. But this is one of the important books they should read. Though it's a little older book, it touches upon the basis of creative writing. Though it might relate directly to theater, you can apply that to cinema too. First, it talks about writing is a creative act. Yes, we all know that writing is a creative act. Why? Even storytelling is a creative act. Not everyone is capable of telling story engagingly. Everyone can tell a story, but not so engagingly. He says in that book, he had written a foreword. It's called The Importance of Being Important. Very interesting title. Importance of Being Important. Where it discusses the very basis of why everyone wants to be creative. As if it's a call of nature for everyone to be creative. That's what it discusses it. It's true. Everyone has to be creative. Everyone is born to be creative. Everyone has the urge to be creative. Let's look at it. It gives you a very beautiful story. In the ancient Greece, the idols, statues of God, goddesses were treated very sacred. Nobody could imagine someone could, destroy, spoil those statues. The statues are always, not only in those century, even today, statues are like icons. We read every day in the newspaper. If somewhere the statue of Ambedkar or the statue of Periyar is desecrated, there's a big riot very next day. It is not the statue that was desecrated. It is more than the statue, the icon. They are the icons of certain beliefs, certain philosophy, certain sections of people who are large in numbers. So the statues are always the icons of whatever the believed in a particular time. That way, in the ancient Greece, people were very, very preservative about the sanctity of the statues. You know what happened one day? In ancient Greece, one fine morning, people find a statue of God was desecrated. They were all shocked. Nobody could imagine someone could do this. They wanted to catch that person who had done this, punish him severely. But they could not catch him because they do not know who has done it. They thought something is wrong. And they were looking for that guy. Second day, morning, another statue was desecrated. This time they were really shocked. Almost they came to a conclusion that someone mad is out. They decided to catch him. They formed committees. They were all roaming in the night to catch that guy. They caught him, obviously. That guy was brought before elders. Elders are looking at him, wondering, who this guy, why did he do that? The elders asked him, do you know what have you done? That man nodded and said, yes. Do you know the punishment that awaits you? Yes. Tell me, what is the punishment that awaits you? He coolly, simply said, death. Then why did he do this? Why the hell did he do this? He didn't answer. He looked at the elders quietly. Tell me, why did he do this? They insisted. Finally, that man opened his mouth, said, all my life I have been an ordinary guy. Nobody knows me. I have not done anything significant in my life. Actually, people who are dead are those who are forgotten. I do not want to be forgotten. I thought death is a small price I would pay for my immortality. We really do not know this has happened, but Lodge's Gregory tells the story. Death is a small price I would like to pay for my immortality. When that man said, it applies to everyone. It's natural for everyone to have the urge that they want to be the most important person on this earth. Just imagine yourself. When you're in school, when you're in college, or when you take part in some competition, don't you think that, at least secretly, that you want to be the first person? You want to win the first prize? That way you want to be the most important person. You want to excel out the rest of the crowd. Don't you think it's true? Yes. If you say no, you are lying. Everyone in this world wants to be the most important person. That naturally all human beings have this urge. This is what makes people to be creative. He beautifully discovered, unless this urge is there, nobody wants to be creative, then we are not talking about creativity in the deeper sense. I'm talking about the urge, how this urge later grows for someone to be really creative, but the basis is, but nobody could say that, no. I do not want to be the most important person, but naturally I would like to be creative. But it's an inner urge that makes anyone to be creative. For example, there are other stories. You all would have seen some auntie in your family who always would be bitching about others. The moment you see her, you know, oh, she has come. Today, I do not know who she is going to bitch about. So she is so popular among your family because of she's bitching. all the time she bitches about someone. You know why? Our intention is not really to bitch about someone. Our intention is to be the most important person because you remember her because of these characteristics.